So, could I convince a whole population to do things that was against their better judgment? So, we have all seen Darren Brown, yes?
Yeah.
Here in the UK. We're all fascinated by it, yes? Darren Brown's abilities, yeah? Freaking beautiful. But they're very eye-opening to many subjects for me.
Yeah.
So, could you ever get a small group of people to wreck something for the larger population?
Yeah.
So let's take it like this then. Everybody's got a mobile phone here in Britain. Everyone's connected to the same search engine. Everyone watches the same YouTube. There is nothing else outside of YouTube's sphere, right? Not saying that this has anything to do with YouTube or Google or anything else like that, because by and large, it doesn't matter what device you've got and what search engine you use. This can be embedded into the programming, which I could put it in there if I wanted to. Think about this. And then videos, different videos. This is why usually I don't follow likes and stuff, because by and large, it could just be bullshit. So, we noticed that audience members at Darren Brown, some people are in it for the whole, I'm just going to do this because I'm seeing other people do it, and it's amazing how the whole audience, near enough, at random, pick up on these little suggested phrases everywhere, yes? We knew how popular this was when it comes to supermarkets. Supermarkets used to use this and the government were like, fucking that's illegal. That's enough of that. The whole buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, and everyone's like, nah, it doesn't work, it's a load of bollocks. Still, how do you know when you vote, you're actually voting for what you want in society? How can you know that all of your decision making that you make is based on what you want and it's not based on suggestedness? So we're moving into an era where things become very strange, and there's a lot of evidence in psychology. Everyone's all about psychology. Remember the psychological warfare we had back here from people that were studying psychology, their little attacks that they tried. These are tools in the wrong hands, right? Now, can tools go under a label as being good to help your mental health? Yes? Can a tool help your mental health? And when we look at this, we'll look at someone like Darren Brown, yes? I absolutely admire the stuff he does. He shines a light on a lot of stuff without actually knowing that he's doing it. So, Darren Brown could affect your mental health, right? And you'd say, well, you need to keep stimulating it. Mobile phone, TV, radio. And then, that's not all. So we've got radio, TV, phone, yes? But we've also got other people. Okay? Did you know we're not inherently from this old saying, and it's true, monkey see, monkey do? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
And we got to look at that as everywhere around the world are doing the same thing. Every single day, everybody is getting up and doing the same thing. Why? Powerful, isn't it? Other people. Well, this nation's doing this. Why can't we be like that nation? Why can't we have this? Why can't we do that? I've got a mobile phone because they've got a mobile phone. I've got the next model up because they've got the next model up. I'm going to get a car like theirs. No, actually, mine's going to be better than your car, but I've still got a... Just try it out on your own front yard.
Yeah.
Go and hang something up outside your house.
Yeah.
That is unique. And watch. Watch it. Okay, what about you get something in your garden and then a few days later, your neighbours do it. Your other neighbours do it. It's not inherent everywhere, but most of the time, it's this, yes? What do you think that is? So, when we understand that we've got radio, could I hack into that? Yes, I could.
Yeah.
Could I hack into the TV? Yes, I could. Could I also hack into your phones?
Yeah.
All of them. Okay, and then with all of this is psychology, yeah? And these are tools.
Yeah.
So we understand that it's there to help people's mental health. Yeah, but likewise, what do you think destroys mental health? Did you know the only place in the world where you see people who are truly happy, do you know where it is? Indigenous cultures built out of grass shacks. They eat nothing but the same food every day, some grain. They've got cattle. Do you know the only time they ever cry? When someone dies. That's it. Other than that, they got the biggest smiles and they go around happy. They're the most communal individuals, but they don't have mobile phones. They don't have TV. They don't have radios. Do you know they're the most happiest people on the planet? And yet everyone with all of this I want, are the most depressed. What do you think is affecting that mental health? Tools in the wrong hands, no doubt. So we look at Darren Brown and we think that he's using his tools in the right way. Is there a small percent chance that other people around the world could be using this in a very bad way in order to garner power, control, manipulation? Let's take it here in Britain. We've seen the rise of riots.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that in my life, right? And you'll say, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of this, it's because of that. Did you know people from tribes that come over who have not been around this stuff are more susceptible to psychological attack than people who are doesn't mean you're immune to it, it just means that they're more susceptible to it. Now, this is where we go. We're gonna move with this. So you notice that everyone in the audience near enough, if they were to write down, pick a few numbers and write it down, everybody does. And usually they all get it right. That's a whole audience of individuals, right?
Yeah.
So how is it possible that you can have a whole audience members, with the exception of maybe 10 out of 100, get that number right? So do you see how this can affect everybody's minds?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to use the phone as the tool, TV and radio, and then how this can affect some other people who are not into that belief system.
Yeah.
Okay? So we've got some people here.
Yeah.
We've seen the rise of rioting, yes? Like never before.
Yeah.
But I have also seen the rise of mobile phones in my time.
Yeah.
Radio programming and TVs. They were about back then, but it wasn't like what we're seeing now. I'm going to link it to mobile phones. There's something being triggered in our psyche and we don't realize it. You go and ask anyone. I think that if we were to round up all the people that start rioting, we separate the other people who are just having basically their belief system corrupted by other people. Yeah? So this one person that's susceptible from whatever, mobile phone and whatnot, is going to tell some other people who may not be quite susceptible, but they're just going to go along with this one's flow.
Yeah.
Do you get how that works? So when we understand gang dynamics, so we've got, wannabe gangs going around, yeah? You've got one person who is dead certain, and they use fear and other things. In the beginning, they probably did.
Yeah,
they used fear to dominate the gang.
Yeah.
And then reputation of the other ones then know that this is boss.
Yeah.
So they don't need to insert it as much now and then, make an example. But the ones that join, just follow the flow.
Yeah.
We see this in most of these small gangs that build up. They start up like this, they do a little bit of this, then they escalate to this, and then they escalate to murder, and then they escalate to time in prison, right? So we get that is other people's affecting other people's belief system. This does happen. That's why gangs are so popular. You gotta notice it. Groups. When you go to the pub and you go with a group of people, that's a gang. When you gang and go somewhere, when you go as a gang to the beach, it's basically from tribes. This tells you that tribes used to stick together for, well, there's lots of reasons. One can go off be collecting firewood, the other one can be off going and hunting the food, the other one can be collecting water. It makes life so much more easier, right? It's been embedded from such a young civilization starting to get to grips with where it's going and how it's going to establish. So they knew that coming together was really important. This affects your mind. Again, environment affects mind, mind affects environment. If it's easier to do so, lions have the same thing. Lionesses, actually, that if when they stick together, they've got more chance of bringing down a bigger kill, which means more of them can eat. Interesting, really. So their numbers, they've started hunting in packs. This will develop as time goes on, even more so. And their hunting will be a bit like dolphins. Again, dolphins, group. Orca whales, group. When there's more of them, they can pick off. The difference is they leave a few to breed on next time and they go off and find more schools of fish. This is infinite. So we understand that mentality that when life is slightly easier, if whales were separated, or dolphins, sorry, were separated, it'd be a lot harder to get those fish, right? Because they move so quickly, right?
Yeah.
But yet when they start working together, some can scare, some can knock off. While these ones are scaring, these ones are feeding, then they swap and alternate. These ones scare, now these ones get eaten. Everyone is getting their bellies full. What does that help them do? Grow in numbers. Why do having bigger numbers mean something? They're more protected from who? Well, what are dolphins' natural enemy? But you'll notice they start to fall off. The more and more bigger they become, and the more and more group activity they become. If you were humans that looked back in the past when dolphins were single, and they weren't in this group mentality, too busy hating each other, what would you notice that would happen? You'd notice that they have a lot of predators. Their predators have fallen off because the predators have been told by that environment, I ain't going after them. Why not? It's not worth it. I'm going to have all of them on me. I'm going to get hurt. I'm probably going to be eaten or killed. So the predator gets turned off that instinct and it goes and hunts something else. And then humans look in that and think, well, this animal hunts this because this is what it's been doing since days of dawn, which is not true. You've looked at it at a snippet. You're looking here. And then the animal starts to do something different and they say, what the hell? This map goes backwards as well as it's going forwards. You go backwards in your mind because you're taught, your belief system, you should understand this, that it went backwards. If it's evolving now, then that means it evolved from a point. It's not just human genetics that just evolve and adapt and evolve and adapt. No, it's behavior, the environment. So when they were single, they had prey. They were tacked, they were prey to something. Then they got into a group, and now this prey no longer preys on them. It preys on something else. So it's changed the behavior of the predator because it's either go for this, get hurt and die, or I eat something else that I might not like and live. And I don't have to take the arse sake of that. You'll notice something with predators. They always appear to go for things that are weaker than it. That is the thing. So you understand that this is in the animal kingdom, and humans think that they're a step beyond what animals are. It's not true. You're in the same pattern. So you had predators that come after you, and you were prey to a predator. But when your numbers started getting big, and you start picking out different weapons and different stuff like that because it affected your behavior, it didn't need to kill the animal. You just needed to injure it enough to know, ouch, that kind of hurt. Why do you not go near stinging nettles?
Because they sting.
So how many kids are like this when they're near stinging nettles? How about yourself? Arms up? Well, maybe my legs can take it. How many of you are like, oh, I'm not going near there? Why did stinging nettles grow stings? Sick and tired of being trampled on. Yeah, that is the only reason why. Get away from me. Get away from me. It evolved. Protect its young. You know, it has only a certain amount of window of time to grow, flower. And that's what we call reproducing. Spread its seeds next time. But if it keeps being trampled on, it's just giving you a little warning. Go away. So plant, animal, and humans, we all fit this group. So this affects your belief system. So why do gangs get together? Well, most people will say safety in numbers. Did you know this got drummed into us as kids? Go around in big groups. Go around in big groups. Go around in big groups. Why? Why? Why do we need to go around in a big group? You know, one thing that was said to me, protect your sister. Protect your sister.
Yeah.
Be in a big group.
Yeah.
Stay in a big group. If you go out, be in a big group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why? Because there are some sickos in this world.
Yeah.
Well, alright then. 27 people large. Is there going to be a predator come after us now?
No.
No. Why not? They're going to go and find something. Again, predators will always go for vulnerability. They always will. That means people who who are weaker in their own mindset. And my word, what a rocket when it comes out that you appear to be weak, but fucking hell, we underestimated you.
Mm.
Yeah. Defense mechanism, self-defense, this was drummed in. So, with that being see, our mindset was a little different. Today's mindset is a little more different than that. Probably the same thing from the parents being said. Girls don't go out on their own. Girls don't.
Yeah.
What's a fucking world we live in where we have to tell females that, you know, you got some sick predators out there,
Yeah.
but nothing happens to them.
Mm.
They're very sly. They don't often get caught and this, that, and the other, right?
Yeah.
So, when it comes to summer holidays,
Mm-hmm.
what are we seeing? Riots.
Yeah.
One individual that goes with a group, then another individual that is susceptible to psychological tactics,
Yeah.
then with another group, then with another group, then with another group, and how many people have we now got causing our riot now? Then that's in one town, then that's in another town, then it's in another town, then it's in another town. What do you think is going on? Do you honestly think these people just want to get together and just start causing trouble? No.
No.
They're being told it.
Mm.
Let me put it another way to you now. What about if we come to vote?
Yeah.
You're going to cast a vote for who you want in power next. Are you doing it because you want to do it, or are a few numbers here being psychologically attacked?
Mm.
What's the one thing we all share all the way across the world? Here. In Western culture, what's the one thing we all got?
Mobile
Do we
phones,
all have the same stuff?
stuff? Yeah.
Do we all have the same
Technology.
social media?
Yeah.
Can social media be used as a good tool, but can it also get in the hands of some people who are not so great?
Yeah.
Who might have agendas?
Yeah.
What agenda? Politics.
Yeah.
What other agenda? Cause as much carnage as possible.
Yeah.
Who's got to pay to clean that up in your society when people riot? So do we have another nation out there that wants to see us impoverished? After all, Britain was quite the thing. It has quite the power.
Yeah.
And what? We're just all of a sudden seeing it just go downhill? Why?
Something changed somewhere. Something.
Yeah. So
influenced.
why on a graph would this coalesce with a mobile phone?
Yeah.
Take a look. And then it started with TV and it also started with radio.
Yeah.
Perhaps the company, let's say if we say Radio 1 for argument's sake, they're transmitting, but can that signal be intercepted? Can you put in extra into that signal? I think yes. And then before you know it, you've got policy changes that you've never seen before. You've got political atmospheres that are changing.
Yeah.
These are agendas. And then what happens when these people come in power? That's the question you want to ask.
Yeah.
Are they here because they want to gain power, or are they power hungry because they want to change? Do they want to bring us down? Well, take it another way, right?
Yeah.
Do you know something else that's also vanished in the time of phones?
Yeah. What's that?
British ingenuity.
Uh-huh.
Have you not noticed a decline in this?
Yeah.
Well, when things are intelligent, they don't fall off and become stupid all of a sudden. That's not how it works. There's something else at play here. A suppression.
Yeah.
A stealing. I've seen this. Always, if you want to catch a mouse, leave out mouse food. If you want to catch a snake, leave out a mouse. If you want to catch predators, And to the cheese, the mice is predator.
Yeah.
To the mice, the snake is a predator.
Yeah.
Do you get, if you want to catch predators, you need bait.
Yes.
To a worm or a maggot, fish is a predator. Even though they say, no, they're not predatory. Yeah, they are. Look at what they eat. What about those little tiny beetles that are climbing up the willow tree? To the tree, do you think that's a predator?
Yeah, it will eat it, won't it?
And then it's prey, yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the tree is easy prey
Yeah.
to these types of beetle.
Yeah.
Interesting, really. Who's a predator to strawberries?
Birds.
And
People.
people.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot. What about the worm? The worm is not doing. That worm will happily go for a strawberry if it's near the soil. They'll even come up to go straight through that. Wait, what?
And then bird will come and eat the worm.
And the apple.
Yeah.
And the strawberry.
Yeah.
The snail. What do you think that preys on? Algae. Do you think that algae wants to be eaten?
No.
No. But a snail's like, tough shit, I'm hungry. Even the slug too. So to say that something is not a predator because the eyes are at the side of the head. Alright, yeah, sure. Okay then. Right you are. Because it's been put in our heads and we believe this stuff, that there are only certain things that are prey. Everything is. Only certain things are predators. Right you are. Right you are. I don't know about that. So, look, rabbits don't prey on anything. Right, okay. So nature isn't a life form. Is that how we're gonna... So, we noticed a decline here in Britain of a lot of stuff, and it's weird how it's almost like, all of a sudden, it's like, 3, 2, 1, the dolphin is dumb. It's like just saying that a dolphin is, you know, it's unintelligent, it's not intelligent, it loses its intelligence. How do you lose intelligence? Well, if Britons were making ideas and everyone wants to like, come on, get it up on fucking here, come on, take a picture of it, come on, put it on the table. We've got some predators that want to take that from you, and they do. And they do. Why? Because they want to be the best at everything. They want to be first. Me first, me first, me first, right? It's all about me, it's us, this. Will that kill your dream or will that inspire it? Rather than say, fuck me, you've got a talent. I've got some money. Do you want me to give you some of this? I can help you lift this up. And then rather than being championed that way, this person, man, they fucking helped us build this. This is wonderful. That's what working together is all about. Rather than you with the money, yoink, that's mine. Or I've got some rich billionaire friends that I've got minds as empty as fucking sieves. And even that are full enough. But here you go, you want this? I've got this platform that you can have a field day. Dig in. Just think of me, you might as well just call me Saint Nick. Why is that? Because I'm Santa Claus. Look at all of this shit I have on here. Take your pick. Should we do a raffle? A name raffle? Yeah, alright then. We'll put everybody's names on the platform that we've separated, that are good at inventing, that are good at doing this. We got these other people that are good at psychology. We put all their names in a hat. Put your hand in and pick one out. I got this person. Off you go with your millions then. I've got this one. Okay, off you go. Technology, anyone? Anyone want any tech? Hand in this one. Oh, sorry, I was giving you the one for psychology. That wouldn't do you. Here's the technology one. All these people profiles. Do you know what else I can do? I can stop them from getting reach. Why would you do that? Well, so you've got something, you know, with your billions. What else are you going to do with all that inheritance? Got to make it work for yourself. You got to leave more. No, come on, things are fucking getting expensive, you know. Okay, then can I cause interference with other governments?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking right I could. I can have people rioting, I can have people doing this, I can have people walking the streets, I can have people doing this. I can affect your fucking elections. I can affect what programs you're going to put on your TV. That's amazing, really, isn't it? On all of this, we're using a tool of we've got to understand for mental health. And then you wonder why half the world here is miserable. But I am happy. Then I'm happy for you. But are you truly happy? And then I watch people from different cultures that don't have any of this, and they're more happier. And do you know what else is even strange?
What?
Some of these, if you were to offer a culture here, they all want it. Could I make another culture somewhere else in the world that have got connected to mobile phones or whatnot? Can I give them subliminal messages or suggestion tactics to make them leave and go to another country in order to, down their money? Well, why would I want to do that? Well, war is a very strange thing. We move into the psychological war. If they have less money, does that mean that they've got a lot of ideas, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm spelling this right.
AS.
AS.
Yeah.
I was going to put a different type, but never mind. I usually struggle with that word. If they have a lot of ideas and they don't have any money, and they've got people coming in who are taking and utilizing resources, what happens to this nation? It falls on its ass, is what it does. Well, you have to then charge more tax. Charging more tax means that someone, we're just going to use this as an example, Nigel Farage might get in power, right? Because he knows how to clean all of this up. Because he sees exactly what's going on, right? Everybody working in these big billionaire jobs somewhere that already got billionaires on it. Come on, step off. You've got enough to last you a lifetime. Yeah, but I need more. No, come on, fuck off. Put someone else there. Let someone else walk that. But it's mine. I guess. You have no idea how hard it is. No idea. Put it this way, if I knocked you off the company at the top, the business wouldn't fall down. If I knocked off all of the individuals that work there, your company would fall down. So tell me who's doing the hard work. Because it sounds that you're the one that's doing it all. You. Just you and no one else. Why don't you turn around and show me your silverback? It's very animalistic in a way. But we're not animals. Prisons are for animals. Okay, so I could drown the tax pot out on sending people and then knowing their laws as well. Because their laws could end up, really fucking them up. But then, how did these laws come about? How do you know this is really what you want to be doing? And then, could this then overrun your NHS? Because, that's free. That's making us all look bad who haven't got free healthcare. Do you know how stupid we're looking? Look, you're giving our billionaires a bad fucking name. Come on, if you didn't have this, see, look, everywhere is the same. I told you I'd make you a million, trillion, billion, gazillion, googillionaire, didn't I? Ooh. No? Yes? I could collapse this. I could collapse your dentist. Well, it makes more CEOs and more, more money for these people's pockets who never give it out. And when we're talking about tax and government and everyone wants to badmouth the government, I've even done it myself. It's terrible, isn't it? However, did I fall into that pit?
Oh, man.
Oh, well. Thing is, being wrong is one thing, but changing from it when new evidence comes in to support your belief system, that is healthy. Let me give you an example, right? So, the government are like, charge a tax on everything, everyone.
Yeah.
I think billionaires need taxing. That's no ifs or buts. They need taxing. All of them need taxing. And it needs to be proportionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be all proportionate, from the bottom all the way up to the top. The more well you do, one thing is guaranteed in the United Kingdom that we should have, is your taxes going to go up. if you're, you know, come on, we're arguing over fucking shavings. Do you know what? We're so hypocritical, right? Where's my colour? Oh, there it is. Did you know back in the day, poor people used to shave bits of silver off the side of coins? Did you know that? Off of coins, they used to shave off the bits of silver. And on one coin, that might not seem like a lot, right? Which it isn't. But over 1,000 coins of you shaving off bits of silver around the outside,
Yeah.
you can make another coin.
Yeah.
And another coin.
Yeah.
And another coin. And another coin. And another coin. Right? So if you've got more coins, you need to have more shavings taken off of it
Yeah.
in order to make another coin. What could this extra coin go to? Well, it could go to your NHS. It can go to your... So if you earn more coins,
Yeah.
expect to have it shaved. I think that this will be very healthy for all of us, right? You're bleeding out, you got a disease, you're dying on the street. Do you want to be left there?
No.
Suffer and die?
No.
But that's what will happen if this goes and you can't make the payment,
Yeah.
because by that time corporations want you working more and paying you less. I'm not sure this is the way you really want to go, but yeah, we've got this taxing system which is beautiful in a way if it's used rightly. Of course, it's a tool at the end of the day. This shaving off, what does it look like? Better teeth for everyone? Can it get on the borderline to be cheaper? Alright, let me give you an example, right? There are CEO dentists, yes?
Yeah.
That turn over 1.5 billion a year, yes?
Yeah.
If you are someone who's on low income, whether that's working or benefits, through disability or not, through low income, through not choices of your own, none of these are choices of your own. If you go and see this person that's pulling over 1.5 billion and they've got to see like 4 people who are on low income,
Yeah.
the government will say, hey, we'll give you 50%, right? Because it's supporting people in need. Do you think that CEO out of their profit pot will meet you halfway and go, we'll pay the other 50%? Do you think that other CEO will take that? There's only 4 people that they've got to just lower this to. For whatever reason, they're on low income. Perhaps they're a family. Perhaps it's a single mum that's working out there.
Yeah.
Do you think that other company is going to even give a shit about you? No? What about a private doctor? The company, by and large, is making trillions off of your health, off of your misfortune. You've just got to look at vets. How much is it for an x-ray? More than a human.
Yeah.
You've got to take a bigger fucking x-ray for your knee. And what? You can get a fucking cat in that. But yet they won't x-ray. Because it's going to be more than that. You get that for free, but your animal, you have to pay for it. A biopsy. 500, 600, £700 for a biopsy. You want to know what this is about? That's using love.
Yeah.
Your love of an animal. And they profiteer off of it. Ridiculously profiteer. Do you know how much money this costs? But yeah, if we all got in the same tax pot, will you pay 50%? No. We want it all. So then we need to set up charities to cover up the other 50%. And yet, this is disgusting that 100% goes into the pot of their pocket.
Yeah.
Insight, that is. So when you think about how ridiculous it is just for a cat to have a scan, your pet, because your love, and where do we draw the line between a pet and a person? Now, what's it your nan? What if it's your mum?
Yeah.
What if it's your son? What's it's your daughter? What's it's your dad?
Yeah.
And this goes. Who's going to be pushing back against it? No one.
No one.
Well, you know how much it costs us to build this equipment? What they're really saying is, do you know how much money our CEO wants in their pocket? Do you know how many Lamborghinis that this person is now not entitled to because you won't pay full price? In fact, full price. And then where is the buffer zone? The law that states that once you've bought this expensive equipment, right? So we go out, we will buy an X-ray machine.
Yeah.
I only need to take 1,500 X-rays, and that X-ray machine is going to have paid for itself.
Yeah.
Well, this company has been there for the best part of 10 years. They've done more than those X-rays on it.
Yeah.
So tell me now, why does it still cost that? Why has it gone up? That should have gone down, right? Come on, think about it. The dental chair, well, we need new technology. Well, the old stuff seems to work just as well. I don't notice a difference with the newer stuff to the older stuff. The pain threshold is still the same. I still need numbing. So I'm relying on the numbing. I'm not really worried about the drill and whatnot. Does it do the job? Yes, it does.
Or
Why the fuck do we need
or
something
the
new?
chair or something that works pretty well.
Why do I need the ego?
Yeah.
Because with that logic, why would we send that to a third world country, the old stuff, which they don't, they melt it down nowadays, but used to. It's too inhumane. This is insight. Look at the way that you are with your pets. This is what will happen if you lose this.
Yeah.
And you're haggling over a few shavings on your money. And I think that's people are not worried about paying a tax. That's not it. It's people are pissed off with billionaires not paying a tax.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're the most heartless when it comes down to the crunch. Oh, we don't want to take on NHS dentists. Why not? Oh, because you don't pay us enough money. Hang on a minute, dentist. Have you ever lost any wages? No. Then why are you spouting this stuff? Because after all, you'll be replaced with a robot soon enough because you're costing me another Lamborghini. Do you know how many Lamborghinis I could get if I didn't have any of you fucking staff? I wouldn't have to pay you any fucking thing. Look, come on, fuck off. And then you've made the bed. Then you'll know what it feels like. You need to be able to teleport yourself into what's coming. They won't even pay 50%. But yet your government can pay 50%. Oh, it's so bad, isn't it? It's not. They're paying 50%. The other side won't even dig into their own profit pot. Why the fuck should I? Wake up. You're digging into your profit pot to pay the tax. The government are willing to pay 50% towards that to make it not so painful to you. But you are whinging at the government and all of these people, but you are not whinging at these CEOs that will not dig into their profit pot and have got money for their little clubs that they go to, where they have to pay £350 donation per day that they are there. They've got money for that. But you don't have this. Do we see where this is going?
Yeah.
Well, we need Nigel Farage. Oh, are you sure? I think tipping this scale here. Yes, immigration is definitely an issue here. I think we have got a big fucking issue. But it's let's extract the tooth, the root of the issue. Again, this overwhelms this. And then the billionaires are up telling the newspaper this, that we feel that this is this. Man, you guys, I'm going to give you all fucking wooden spoons this Christmas. I'm going to be sending out loads of wooden spoons to all of these corporations. You're good at stirring shit, aren't you? You've got agendas. There's an agenda here. There's something. And they all want the information, mining information from you. And then they blame you because you're eating sugar. Are they blaming the corporations that are putting it in there?
In everything?
Do you get to vote in your supermarket?
No.
Whether they...
No, no one ever asks the
And if
public.
they do remove the sugar, how expensive is it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. You've removed an ingredient that's usually quite expensive because it's taxed and all the rest of it. And the product is now more money.
Yeah.
Have you seen how they treat people who have diabetes?
Yeah.
Have you seen people how they treat people who are lactose intolerant? Have you seen people that they treat who have celiac?
Yeah.
You're just a money maker.
Yeah,
And
that's
then what does this
terrible.
do? This burdens the PIP, the PIP, does it not? Why is PIP so expensive? Because the government don't know how to manage money. No, because corporations are greedy bastards.
Yeah.
They look at disadvantage. See, predators going after people who
Yeah.
are, through no fault of their own, they are predatory behaviour, that is. It's all the way through our society if you don't actually pay attention to it. That's predator behaviour, that is. That they go after people who are sick and needy. Well, fuck me, where's Scrooge when I need... Oh, no, don't worry about that. We got a lot of Scrooges. Charles Dickens, my word. Share me some of your crystal ball, please. That's why this has to go up and up and up and up and up. Someone who's celiac, look how much they have to pay.
Yeah.
Someone who's diabetic, look how much they have to
Yeah.
pay.
Twice the price, all of them, or 3 times the
Up,
price
up,
of.
up, 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 up.
Yeah.
So if you're vulnerable then,
Then
could you imagine if this was children? Oh, there'd be freaking uproar, wouldn't there?
Well,
Oh, there'd be freaking uproar, wouldn't there not?
some of them are children though, but not all.
Predatory behaviour for children, though, there'd be freaking uproar. There'd be
Yeah.
people would come and want this sorted and demand from these corporations, not the ones that are trying to help protect everybody from it. Because without their laws, this would be a lawless world. Look how they would treat you. They would find a reason. Well, you must be this. Oh, you've got too many freckles. Oh, you've got spots. We've got the medicine, but how much you got? I haven't got anything. Lifetime of servitude in my store. Well, you're desperate, aren't you? Come on, you want it. Look normal. Come on. You want to fill up my pocket? This is what is wrong with us. And then this makes this more expensive. Well, what are you buying? What do you need all of this money for? Well, to tell you the truth, my shopping bill used to cost me like 200 quid. But now you've got to eliminate these types of foods and different things like that. It's now 400 quid. Now, what are these corporations doing? Profiteering. And their application process for work? Do you have any disabilities that we should know about? I don't think that's anything to do with you. I don't think we should know that question, really, should you? We're just going to be able to treat you better or not. No, because it's in the application process, and have you not got a secret agenda? I don't want these people, I don't want these people, I won't hire these people. Well, you don't need to say no. I'm sorry, you're not what we're looking for. Or sorry, the placement's been filled by someone else that we felt was better fitting for the job.
Yeah.
Who was that person? Did you say no because the application form asked whether you had a disability, an issue that might, and then they've got this information. How can I profit off of this person's disabilities? You just told them. No, yes. Well, can I trust to tell them my disabilities when they won't even do this? No, won't give 50%. What, fuck that.
Only if it suits them for whatever reason and they get some tax relief for employing people with
They'll
disability.
only pay for a charity if they get to wipe tax off their company. Would you donate 5 pence for a charity? How much tax is that saving you? So let me guess, you'll only give to a charity when it suits you.
Yeah.
So if I pay this 50%, will I get less taxation? No, you'll be doing a fucking public service, you fucking hero. Silverback.
Yeah.
And then are we going for a change that makes more of these yes. Oh, it's a mirror image. I don't know who that is. But are we just, is this all because we want to get certain person in power to sort of kick the run out from underneath us?
There's always some
I don't
person like.
trust it.
Yeah.
This all looks weird. And then, why do some nations not vote for their people, allow their people to make votes? Got something to do with this sort of psychological rigging.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it would sound really weird, wouldn't it, to say, you can have a mobile phone, or you can vote. But you can't have the mobile phone and you can't vote. You can have the mobile phone, but you can't vote.
Yeah.
We take the mobile phone and then you can vote. Because how do we not know, with so many interests, trusted credentials? Man, you put the word trust there, I'm not sure. Why the fuck do I need GoDaddy in my phone? Why do I need Amazon there?
Yeah.
Uninstall the app. Still trusted. Why do I need all of this shit in my phone as a trusted credential? Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of want that.
Yeah. Because some companies and some other organizations paid somewhere into the
So they can get into
Android
the software.
or something, so they can get into the software.
Why are you there? Why, it just makes our app compatible. I smell bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. Oh, that's because you don't trust yourself. Nice try. I can call things out and say when I don't trust something. This is not a reflection of myself. No way. No. Sorry, it's a good way of reverse psychology, but it's not going to work. One, you're walking the trust test. I ain't. If I was in that and I started doing things that were a little bit shady, then I'm walking that trust test, right? But to say that I don't trust myself without ever walking on the run, the proof is in the pudding, not in assumption. You're proving what is trustworthy and what isn't, and I've had a lot of experience with this. Buying solar panels, how many ever made it? None. Why? How come the rest come?
Yeah.
But when I don't go through you?
Some stuff doesn't come, some stuff does.
So is this not melting down the United Kingdom's ideas, the abilities to become a nation where other people around the world might see that and think, fucking hell, I want a piece of that pie.
Yeah.
I want to go there. Why? Well, because they pay well. And because I want to be a part of this greatness. I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And then this does something in other nations. This is reverse psychology, by the way. If you're trying to use psychology to damage a nation, I'm not saying it is, I'm using United Kingdom as just the example, right? And then people start coming from all over the place, your nation and everyone else's. This is going to make the leaders in the other nation do two things. One, formulate and copy your authenticity in fear of losing the people, right?
Yeah.
Or two, they're going to not do anything about it and lose the people. And then in that nation, what happens when the numbers start going down? Well, what, the billionaires are going to shop in each other's stores, are they? I'll just buy one of these. Who's going to come to your nation? Which one out of the two would you want to go on holiday to? Which one of the two would you tell your kids when growing up? There's opportunity there.
Yeah. Being the one that grows and...
This place, revolutionary. There is a third, they might shut down what their nation is able to see.
Yeah. And
Then
stop
it
them...
becomes a tyrannical tyrant then, doesn't it?
and stop them from leaving as well.
Stop people from leaving. Tax your individuals.
Yeah. They have only special passport with which they can go only to certain countries. so they cannot go to the prosperous.
So how do we not know that we're not all being dumbed down? And that we're not all having our shit stolen from us?
We don't do it.
There was an interesting response I want to see from a police officer.
Yeah.
Don't do social media. Why? I'm not sure you're on a bucket list for being hit. But then I noticed a few symbologies on them. That was, I don't know. I perhaps think this is a part of something.
Yeah.
But your absolute, social media was something that it was. It's not like it with all of them, but it's a bit strange.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange. So yeah, if you have like a few people that are highly suggestible to this, to go out and riot, and then people are seeing it, and then everyone's being infiltrated into doing it, and then you go and do it, and then you start smashing things up, and then things get broken, who's got to pay for that?
Tax.
What does that then start eating at?
The budget. Not the country.
And then things start getting stolen.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
then,
insurance, isn't it?
yeah, and then it creates problem for people, and then there is this leader who knows all the solutions. Doesn't tell them, but says that we'll address them.
I don't know. I just think corporations are fucking this up.
Yes, they are.
And somewhere along the line, I don't have any sympathy for them. When it all starts to crumble,
Yeah.
you did it.
Yeah.
And then they go to their fucking papers and start pushing the story towards them. How many people are standing up and saying it's the corporations doing it? It's them.
Yeah.
You want to create mess? Why should it not touch your shoreline? You want to throw stones in the water, and then you want to control where the ripples go. So no, there you are. I'm just wondering about this, and then tools being used in the correct way. This being used in the correct way is beautiful. This being used in the correct way is also beautiful. So anywhere else that has this, where they don't have this type of facility, that's a threat.
Yeah.
And then we're seeing the way that it is with these, I call them rogues, they are, they're rogue. Lifetime of servitude in one of my friends' corporations, and you'll earn there, and then you'll use that money to pay into someone else's corporation, which is also my friend. And we'll only give you just enough to pay our other corporations. Interesting. High streets are crashing everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's because they're not corporations. We got social housing. Wouldn't it be nice that our tax could start generating social shops? Low income business earners are in social shops. Looks cheaper than... Because that's another thing that it's easy to put out businesses, isn't it? One corporation starts whacking up the rent because their family's growing. So they start whacking up the rent.
Yeah.
Because they've got more mouths to feed, you see, more Lotuses to get, more Lamborghinis and Teslas. And,
Yeah. They don't like Vauxhalls, you know.
Yeah, and they don't need one, they need about 10 per person. And, you know, and this is costing their energy bills to go up, you know, because fuck me, I'm not cutting back.
Yeah.
And then this starts to, you know, look at all of this stuff that we've got to... So we've got to whack the rent up for all of you, and all of you, and all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those old shops have gone, but there is new people in. Yes, and those new people will start to find out that it's a very slippery slope each time.
And some shops are empty, stayed empty, didn't they?
They do, stay empty for quite a while.
So who's gonna now profiting on it? No one, because
So if you
no
had
one.
social shops That's opportunity for you, for you, for you, for you. Rather than lose your business completely, there is something. If council started making RV parks here in towns, place to put an RV and then convert it into a shop. Keep it the same as what you do for market traders, rent. These things get taken away at the end or get left somewhere in an area. Plenty of land around.
Yeah.
And then rather than paying a rent, you're paying a direct tax.
Yeah.
Straight into the tax pot. What else could you do with that? Could you save your NHS? Why, yes. Have you got it for PIP? Have you got it for ideas? Have you got it to better laws? Have you got it for better policies and more political people to come in and start really changing the country? Why, yes, you have. What else do you have? Better roads? What does this start going into? Rather than some CEO's pocket, one individual's pocket, right? They don't want to make billions and trillions, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it goes straight into a tax.
Yeah.
That rent is generating tax pot. Well done, you. How many people will flock to those stores? Oh, fucking right. I'll buy from here. You're supporting the nation.
Yeah. Have market every day. Yeah.
Because of these people have been having their shops, we want to say thank you for doing a public service. We've managed to open this many new dentists.
Yeah.
We managed to make it so cheap that we're giving these a run for their money now. Not the other way around.
Yeah.
Social shops.
Yeah.
But again, it would have to be owned by a government style. They build some new houses and they stay with you. They will not be sold privately, ever. Anyone that is in that is boinking more money into the tax pot. Anyone that is working here and wants to bring their business there, this will push back on these rogue landlords that we've got. A, lower your money, or B, nice house. I don't know how you're going to live in all of them. And you know what? The tax is going to be... Whew. So, one way or the other, you will even bend your knee. Isn't that what they say? Nah, this is capitalism. Bollocks. Whatever happened to peopleism?
Yeah.
Protectingism. Whatever you want to call it,
Humanism.
And if these companies followed not to be too greedy, and in order to cap that, it would be if you earn too much, you pick yourself up. Well done, you. But there would need to be a limit on how much you could sell stuff. Be comfortable. You don't need to be greedy. You don't need a 50-house mansion. There's only one of you in it.
Yeah.
Unless you're planning on spending one day in each room for over a year.
Yeah.
But the rest have to remain empty and get very dusty, and then you have to hire cleaners and stuff. Well, at least they're making jobs. No, that's a waste. Well, I've got 500 football fields. Why, are you planning on making football fields on there? Fuck no. I just want to do this one day, out on the bit of the field. I mean, you can't even... How can you utilise that fucking land? What are you doing with it?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing. Most people do nothing with it. Some people grow, but those are farmers, and the
Fuck
others
that. I would
what?
take back the lands, right? And it would be sold in sections. You do realise there's shit underneath there, don't you? Yeah, but that costs too much money. It can be sold in layers. Oh, you buy the fucking crust, but the rest of it... You can't do that to my land. Well, I'm sorry, but when you die, it actually stays. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot that God created the world for you, and then when you die, He'll just scrub it away, crush it all up, and throw it like a shooting star. I think that's where entitlement is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, weird. It's funny, but it's not. But anyway, I'm going to leave this one here because I think Yeah, I might come back and revisit this one. It's like a. I just want to pick at it. There's something here, man. There's just something here. Hmm. Yeah, leaving it there.